Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Hey, buddy.
Hey! Wah, wah, wah.
Episode 93.
Episode 93. I'm keeping my glasses on this week.
Good.
Just got a new pair of glasses.
They look nice.
Thanks. I appreciate that. They're, I feel like the old pair of glasses I had were from like 8 years ago. Those are the ones that I've been wearing because my other ones broke.
Is there a lot of bifocal technology the past 8 years?
Well, I mean, my eyes have gotten worse.
That's true.
Over
Yeah.
the past 8 years. So, in that sense, yes. But
Do your parents have bad eyesight?
no. Which I really didn't think that I had bad eyesight until I actually went to an eye doctor. Because
Yeah.
you learn to live with whatever it is.
Right.
And then I went to the eye doctor and I was like, oh my gosh. So, just got my new pair of goggles. I feel like
Goggles?
Yeah, they're goggles.
Well, they're glasses.
I feel like I can see. Feels good.
Good.
Yeah. I got sick
Oh, yeah.
because I could see so good.
It's just too many details.
Yeah. It was literally like I put them on and I was like, ugh. It's like going from SD to HD.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I
What's
had
SD? Standard definition?
standard definition. I feel like I had like a big satellite dish on top of my head that I was just rotating to get PBS. And then I just got like the sports package.
Or like you had a big gown Ziploc bag over your head.
Yeah.
You could see.
I
It's
could
clear.
see. Yeah.
But
This is like, it's scary how good I can see now.
you can see normal.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to see great. You just
I'm
see...
seeing fantastic.
Yeah, but you see
Comparatively.
average.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. So I found something out. This is an interesting fact that I did not know previously, and maybe it's just because I wasn't paying attention or because I don't know, whatever the reason was.
Yeah.
Do you remember growing up watching the movie Hook?
I hated it.
You hated it.
Yep.
Like Rufio and all that other stuff.
Wasn't
You didn't
funny.
like it. Do you remember who played Hook? The character? Can you see Hook in your head?
Real black poofy hair
Yeah.
with a red outfit. Yeah.
Glenn Close.
Yep. I was going to say that. See, deadgummit. You didn't even let me try.
I gave you plenty of time.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Dude, that's insane. I found that out today.
How'd you find out?
TikTok.
Oh, my gosh, TikTok.
What? It's the same thing as watching Instagram reels, which you do, so don't turn your nose up at me.
Oh, it's up.
So, speaking of childhood, how do you feel like you grew up? Did you grow up poor or you grew up like medium household or?
Lower middle class.
Okay. I was lower class.
Yeah.
Is there anything you feel bad about doing now that you couldn't do when you were a kid?
Anything I feel
Because
bad
of
money.
yeah.
I don't have more money than I've ever had. I have less money than I've ever had. So no.
Is there anything that you feel bad about doing now though that like with money?
This is clearly teed up for you.
No, it's
So
not. No. This is just a question. I thought it was.
Do you have an example?
The video that I saw, the girl said buying Starbucks. She said it's a frivolous.
Gotcha.
Why should I?
Okay.
I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I will say this: McDonald's used to be a treat,
Yeah.
and now
See,
it's no longer a treat.
That changed in high school. We either cooked probably like, and this is just for dinner, obviously, because we're at school.
Yeah, lunch school or school lunch,
And then I wouldn't eat breakfast.
yeah,
So we would probably cook twice a week and then eat fast food twice a week and then go to like a sit down restaurant on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and so it wasn't a treat, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like we didn't eat fast food every day.
You know what our sit down on Sundays was?
Probably like black beans and rice or something.
like we would go after church. We would go eat at the same restaurant every week.
Sonic.
Captain D's.
Even better. What do you think of Captain D's?
Oh, I love Captain D's.
It's me and you. Somebody likes it because there's a bunch of them. They stay in business.
I don't eat there often enough for it to keep in business because of me.
Yeah.
But I'm not the only one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But everybody you ask is, how would you ever? It's like, well, I'm not going to Chuck's Fish just because I want a chicken or a fish sandwich. You know?
That's on the. Oh, dang it. I had a good thought, but it didn't even land. It just went straight through. Didn't even stop. Gosh. Continue. I'm all out of sorts.
I took Meg to Captain D's for the first time when we were dating.
Yeah.
She hated it.
It came back through. Oh no, it's gone again. No, I got it.
Okay.
I caught it by the shoelaces. People are more negative about Captain D's than they are McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like just your average person on the street. But people do it about McDonald's too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've never not seen a line at any McDonald's ever.
Yeah.
So
And
everybody can't have
There
McDonald's.
are some nice cars in those lines too. You're not just, it's not just hoopties.
Yeah.
You're seeing some good.
Yeah, sure. Teslas go through there.
Mine does.
Plenty.
Mine for sure does.
But yeah, like.
This is funny to me is me and Meg got into a discussion one day about.
A discussion?
Yeah. It was an argument.
An argument. Okay.
We were talking about, all right, let's go get fast food. I want a fast food burger. I said, fine. That's cool. Let's go to McDonald's. That's the place to go.
Sure.
If you want a fast food burger.
And
unless
there's like a Whataburger closer.
Yeah, sure. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
So
Schmacks.
let's go get McDonald's. Oh, no. It's just so bad for you. Let's go to Wendy's. I said, you think they're getting their burgers from different places? Yeah. That same 1,000 cows that got ground up into one patty, they just cut the slides off of one of them and made it a square. And then the other one got a round patty.
Yeah.
Don't think that your burger is better because it comes from Wendy's.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I would pick McDonald's over Wendy's 9 times out of 10.
I'd pick it 10 times out of 10. The only reason I'd go to Wendy's is for a Frosty.
So barring dessert, which that cookies and cream McFlurry ain't bad.
I'm not a fan of their cream there. It's not creamy enough.
It's extremely creamy.
I like the cream flavor.
Oh.
Yeah, not creamy,
not
but
texture.
Cream flavor. Cause,
it's heavy on the cream flavor.
Because Chick-fil-A has got a fantastic ice cream.
I'm about to blow your mind.
Oh.
There's not a drop of ice cream in their ice cream.
That's fine.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
But you would think like Chick-fil-A is going to have Bluebell in there.
Yeah.
But it's some concoction. It's not ice cream.
I'm cool with it.
That's why they don't call it like if you get a cup or a
it's
cone,
an ice dream or whatever.
They can't call it ice cream.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems with that.
And you can tell the ones that use like Cookout milkshakes are the best. They are.
They're good.
Well, they're the best.
I like Chick-fil-A's better. But that's just
I'm a fan of 39 options.
Okay.
Or 40 plus or whatever it is.
See,
but I don't get a bunch of stuff. I just like
you like
that you can.
Okay. Well, I like the peanut butter milkshake from Cookout, and that's about all I get.
Their blueberry cheesecake one.
I hate Cookout though. Other than the milkshakes. It's lunchroom food.
So's everything else.
I ain't never been in a lunchroom and got McDonald's. I don't know what you're talking about.
Similar. Pizza. I wish places would sell that square pizza, the rectangle pie.
Sell the Crispitos.
Ugh.
We've talked about
We've done that to
in
death.
excess.
Ugh.
Yeah. Is there anything you spoil your kid on now that like before, like back in the day, it was
I don't know how many clothes me and my sister had.
But
It
couldn't have
can't
been a
be as
ton.
many as what my 2 babies have.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Because I can't go back and think of how full my closet was.
Mine was not very full.
Right.
And a lot of mine were hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
That was so much fun to me, though, as a kid.
Getting to wear your brother's shirt?
No, it wasn't my brother's. It was like another family from in town. We would just get big trash bags full of clothes, and we'd look through them. And I'd be like, oh, cool.
So y'all were poor.
How many times have I had to say that?
I know, but like,
yeah.
poor.
Yeah. I feel like I've said that every episode. Are you just realizing
no. it? I just see little Josh rummaging through trash bags.
That's how I lived my life.
Yeah.
One bag at a time.
Man. And here we are.
I would say
life, the great equalizer.
There was something, I think it was Christmas that like I went ham on Christmas for Jason.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's not that our Christmases were bad.
Yeah.
At all.
It's just that his are going to be good.
His are going to be fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. And
do you feel like you're kind of making up for his other Christmases too?
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do Christmas big for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't mess around on that stuff.
You buy a bunch of stuff.
I do.
Like bounce houses.
Yeah.
And zip lines and like.
Well, and because I think it was mainly so we got to do a lot of fun things, but it was like, hey, go ride the bucket of the tractor while Dad like raises it up and then lets it go down real fast.
Yeah.
And I would go to people's houses who like, oh man, you got a zip line at your house? That's the coolest thing in the world. And so I feel like I am trying to like live into that like reality for Jason. Like, but
me and Anna have talked about I want to be the spend the night house.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want our house to be, and we try to do that with people now. I mean, we don't spend the night.
You
but
have
like,
a lot of sleepovers.
We like our house to be
the hub.
Yeah, the hub
house.
And that's I could see us being that house in the neighborhood too, because we're so like, just come on in, hang out, whatever you want to do. We got drugs in the back.
Well, yeah. Strippers in the front.
Yeah.
Upstairs. Yeah. We want to be the hub house. Just because I was not that.
Oh, really? So we were.
It was Peyton. It was Gamble.
Well, they had a freaking half pipe in their attic. So.
Yeah, and a basketball court. And we had a basketball court outside. And
Yeah,
it was
that's going to be hard to compete with.
Yeah, we'd go over there every day.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess that's kind of what we're probably going to do. There'll probably be a freaking skateboard ramp out front at some point.
Right.
I want to build like a small rock wall for like rock climbing. Jason's getting really good at rock climbing.
Well, look at him.
By the way, I know he's got the build for it.
Yeah.
He's lanky and he's tall and he's not scared.
Yeah.
So the couple of times we've been bouldering, he has been really good. Speaking of kids, I had this analogy that I came up with. Like having kids is one of like the greatest and worst things that I've ever done in my life. Like you feel like you're treading water the whole time, but there's like so many of those moments where it's like, this is great. You know, the analogy I came up with is, have you ever seen like a radio station doing like an on location shoot? And they've got the glass booth with the money in it, and then there's a fan. I feel like that's parenthood.
Yeah.
Like it's like, this is so chaotic.
Oh.
I just grabbed $1 though.
Yeah.
But
it's beneficial. I got you. Profitable. Yeah. That's sweet. That's sweet, Josh.
It was more of the chaos that I was referring to.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much going on, but hey, I just got $1.
The days are long and the years are short.
Yeah.
That's going around on TikTok right now.
The days are long.
And then
TikTok?
Yeah. If you look at Instagram, half of the videos are TikToks. Hey.
I'm just...
Yeah, you have...
Turn your nose up at TikTok.
You log into TikTok. I do not.
Well...
Yeah. Your info is in China.
That's fine with me. I don't care if they got my info. What are they going to do with it? They're going to come over here and... What are they going to do? We know you like watching videos of.
They're gonna Red Dawn us at some point.
That's fine. We probably deserve it.
Anyway, speaking of stupid stuff,
Yeah.
let me find this dumb thing. So last week, which was really like 3 days ago,
For us, it was.
for us it was 3 days ago. We talked about M&Ms taking the stilettos off of the green M&M and making them all ambidextrous or whatever, or have different personality traits.
They can use both hands.
They're
now.
all hermaphrodite. No,
Yeah.
that's
ambidextrous.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's ambidextrous is both hands.
That's what you said.
No, it's not.
It 100% is.
Well,
We can roll the tape back and listen
we
to
ain't
it.
got to do that. Ambiguous is what I said.
You didn't.
I did say ambiguous. Well, I meant to say
I
ambiguous.
swear you didn't say ambiguous.
Anyway, M&M's is going to be inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, Mars, Nestle, and Hershey are facing child slavery lawsuits in the U.S.
In the U.S.?
The lawsuits are in the U.S., I guess.
Is it U.S.
And
children?
I have a screenshot of it, of the headline, not the article.
Well,
Chocolate companies are among the defendants named in a lawsuit brought by former child workers in Ivory Coast. So that's the west coast of Africa.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the Gold Coast. Nope, that's the East Coast.
You're
Nope.
thinking of the Gulf Coast.
No, I'm not thinking of the Gulf Coast, which we have to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
They're in trouble for using child slavery in Africa.
So I have two thoughts on this.
All right.
Okay. The first thought is,
And
of course they
that's
are.
an article by CBS News, so I didn't just make that up. You can go
Yeah.
look it up for yourself.
My first thought is they're all about inclusion
Yeah.
when it makes them money,
Oh, yeah.
and they're
Or
against
it's
things.
beneficial to come out as X.
Yeah. Which ultimately means nothing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now they've changed now they instead of stilettos they got Converses. I don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But let's do that. But that's not a real change. Like, we really don't.
Right.
The corporation doesn't care, because if you're using child labor, it's not like
Yeah.
they're not going to come out and be like, we really are supportive of women's rights and stuff, but we're in child labor too. Like, we love child labor.
Mm-hmm.
My second thought on that stuff is, of course they are. If they're in any other country, any third world country, of course they are. And if you say, hey, look, we don't want these kids to work, it's like, well, you just drop their household income by a third or 2/3 or however many kids they got working in that plant over there.
So, did I tell you about the San Francisco and it was a guy on Joe Rogan's podcast. He wrote 2 books in the past 2 years. One of them was called San Francisco, and it's about the homeless crisis in California.
San Francisco, yeah.
In California, in the world as a
Yeah.
whole. The first one was called Apocalypse Never, and it was the dude used to work for like George Soros and
wow.
and do. He was the extreme environmentalism branch of it.
Okay.
He wrote a book 2 years ago about how all that's bull crap. And I'm trying to remember why I brought this up.
So I put
You said something.
child labor.
Oh, yeah. So he's also written a bunch of, this guy writes a bunch, but his name's Michael Schellenberger, and he was on Joe Rogan's podcast within the past 6 months.
Yeah.
But he wrote an article recently about how, like, factory working in third world countries is helpful to those people.
Oh yeah. Because what else are they going to do?
But you never hear that. And then he like went and interviewed these. It was like a girl who was like, if she had stayed on her family farm, she would have gotten married to the neighbor.
Yeah.
Forced marriage, and would have like And he was saying, like, you think farm work is easy? This
And you don't
girl's
make any
so
money over there.
excited
Yeah.
that she moved to like a big city and works in a radio warehouse, putting batteries in radios 24/7.
I mean, obviously there's that, but then you also got like Foxconn that like made all the iPhones, and they've got like suicide nets around the outside of the building.
yeah,
A little extreme.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's like I've jokingly said, because I got a bunch of stuff for Mammoth made overseas, and people will be like, "Oh, that child labor," and I'd be like, "I'm an equal opportunity employer. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to make money,
hey, find me 50 people that want to work over here,
Yeah.
and y'all can make my shirts.
yeah, if they're 12, I don't care.
Yeah, 112. If you can
112, yeah.
sew.
Yeah, sew it up.
Yeah, I just like when like something that you would never think about and is so counter to what you think the right like factory labor in third world countries is beneficial to the workers. Like what? But then you actually like have somebody explain it and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
Some of those, the guy you're talking about that worked for George Soros, sometimes I have a problem like in my head, like vetting those people. Like, did he really work for George Soros, or is he like some crazy, like Bob Lazar, the UFO guy who worked for the CIA and all this and worked at Area 51?
That was all crap.
He worked there.
Huh?
He worked there.
He's been defamed over and over again.
But you have people like that come out, and it's like, how do I know that this guy? I mean, how do I know this guy worked for George Soros?
Yeah.
Other than he said,
Well,
I did.
I mean, probably W-2s, pay stubs.
I mean, I don't have access to those.
Well, somebody does.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody
But, yeah.
does. Yeah, that's just, it's funny to me that, they're going to be all upset about one thing and then.
Also not surprising at all, though.
Yeah, no, they don't care. They don't care about inclusion.
Well, you're not going to be that big of a company without cutting some corners.
Absolutely.
You're just not.
Yeah. Okay, Apple decides, hey, you know what? We're done with all this. We're done with the iPhone factories in China. We're done with all that. And then the price of an iPhone goes to $3,000
Yeah.
because you can't get it made over
Especially
here.
if we do $15 minimum wage.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a $4,000 phone.
Well, and if you ever listen to Tim Cook talk about China, and he says, people always tout it as, oh, it's cheap labor, it's cheap labor. He said, well, they're skilled labor now.
Oh, you told me.
For the
that,
past 30 years, we've been sending all of our stuff over there. They're like, well, how can we make this easier? How can we make this faster? How can we make this better? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I went to a booth at, it was the outdoor retailer show, and it was North Face. Okay. So at the booth, they've got this new fabric that somebody in China has created. Ain't nobody in America created this fabric. But so you've got a vial of water, right? And in between, on the bottom of the vial of water is this new fabric that they've created, right? So it's waterproof. Water's not getting in. But then they have a fan blowing up underneath it.
And it's not going through either.
No, it's because it's breathable.
Bubbling up.
It's making a cyclone because it's so breathable, but water can't get through.
It's wizardry.
It is. It's black magic.
Yeah.
Some
red magic.
Yellow magic.
No, see, yours is so much worse than mine. Because
Red magic.
you might as well have said slanty-eyed magic.
I didn't say nothing.
You might as well
I didn't
have
say
said
nothing.
a ching-chong magic.
No.
Yes.
The House of the Rising Sun. What color's the sun?
Red.
What's red? Ain't no sun red.
In like Japan's flag?
Is that
'Cause
Japan or China?
That's Japan.
I thought
China's
House of the
red and
Rising
yellow.
Sun was that Japan? Japan's House of the Rising Sun?
I don't think anybody's house. I think you're quoting Charlie Daniels.
House of Rising Sun. I don't think.
I think you're confusing China and Charlie Daniels.
No, surely not.
Japan's flag, the red circle and the white, is the rising sun.
Apparently, this is a
Charlie Daniels website.
it's a song. Oh my gosh, I thought that was China. Rising sun. What is that? What is the rising sun? Oh, it's Japan. Rising sun.
What did I tell you? Gosh. It's frustrating sometimes. Always being right.
Yeah. Well.
Gosh. That's my cross to bear.
Yeah.
It is exhausting always being right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So I have an interesting. Speaking of labor laws.
All right.
I have a little.
If you break those laws.
If you break those laws, you go to jail. Also, forced labor.
Yeah.
In jail. So I stumbled across a TikTok, and it's a guy in prison, and they're making.
How does he have a TikTok?
Dude,
how does he have a phone?
Okay? So I worked with an ex-inmate.
Yeah.
So I got the lowdown on how they get phones and all that stuff. The guards are in on all of it.
Okay.
The guards are making money.
Sure.
Because what you do is you tell. So you're in prison. You call me up.
What did I do?
You probably murdered somebody.
Was I found guilty?
Yeah. That's how you're in jail.
On murder.
In prison. Yeah.
Dang. All right.
So anyways, you call me up. I'm your guy on the outside.
You're my hookup.
And you tell me, hey, I need you to put $100. I need $100. And so what I do is I go to Walmart and I buy one of those preloaded, or I preload $100 on one of those Visa gift cards.
Oh.
And then I give you the number, and then you give that number to the guard. And the guard, that's how you pay for stuff with the guard. The guard will bring you in cell phones. They'll bring you in McDonald's. They'll bring you in whatever you want. You're just going to pay for it. And so these people have, they got stuff in there.
All right.
So anyways, I saw this guy in prison who's got a TikTok, and he's making food in prison. And I wanted to get your take on, would you, watching it from start to finish, not the end product,
All right.
but seeing how it's made and everything that goes into it, would you eat it?
Okay.
So the first one is a pizza.
All right. Make a circle out of it.
Mm-hmm. This audio is annoying. Stuffed crust pizza. Okay, glad that music's finally over. The tortillas is the crust.
Yeah, I'm all over this. It's thin crust.
The sauce, I'm not so sure about.
That's
It's not a pizza sauce. But I'm still, there's nothing in this that I'm like, sketches me out. Other than, I don't know what the sauce was that they were.
Is it butter?
Yeah, that's butter. I don't know what the sauce was that they were using to make all the pieces of tortilla stick together.
That's a better looking pizza than Little Caesars.
I like Little Caesars.
I do too. You can keep all that.
Yeah, the onions
All
and
that
the
greenery.
Yeah, all that stuff I'm not in on. But the rest of it,
Sure. Is it that hard to get pizza dough?
I mean,
I'd eat that. All right.
wow.
Yeah, I'd eat that for sure.
Okay. So we got that you'd eat at least one of these, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I don't need to see like chili or something though, because
No,
I'm not
so-
going to eat that.
the next one, so that was pizza. This one is going to be, they call them Fed pockets. So it's like federal penitentiary hot pockets, essentially.
It's like an empanada or a fried apple pie.
That's a trash can, by the way, that they're using a fry in. I'm kind of like the trash can with the, and so they've got
Is it just
an electrical
wires?
wire that's plugged in, and then they've got the two wires sitting in oil, and that's how they heat the oil up.
That's smart.
But it's also gross.
Oh yeah, I'm not eating that.
You're not eating that?
Frying it though.
If
you're
you were
gonna
just
get it to
I
a
mean,
temp.
look at that. Look at that. That's like that looks like some,
bugs.
it looks like steak, like some steak and cheese.
Yeah, I would eat it at a restaurant.
If they said, "Hey,
No, not if
We
it was
used a
trash
trash
can
can.
oil.
how many years in prison would it take you to be like, you know what? I'd
Not long,
I'd
probably.
probably
It depends on what I don't know what their lunchroom food is like. It probably
I'll
wouldn't
tell you
take me
this.
long.
I tell you this, they ain't getting a good score on the health
No.
and safety.
No,
They're getting like
I've seen some trucks not much better, but
they're putting a trash can and got some oil, and then they're just
no. Hey, what's that trash can made out of?
just
It's got to be metal.
trash can, I guess.
It
I
ain't
doubt
plastic.
I doubt you can make a metal trash can in prison though. Somebody beat the snot out of somebody with a metal trash can.
You ain't boiling oil in a plastic trash can.
I don't know.
You're not.
That didn't look like a.
It looked like plastic.
It looked like plastic.
I don't know how you would boil oil.
I don't
You're
know.
not really boiling oil in it either, but
You're just getting hot. You're getting hot enough that
in
you can,
plastic, you can melt a plastic trash can with a lighter. I don't know.
So next up,
They also make wine in toilets,
yeah.
so
How long would it be for?
not long.
I'd have to have somebody's toilet
What's
is
my
designated
sentence?
for this.
What's my
Oh,
sentence?
your life in prison.
Oh, well then the day after
The
I get
day
there.
after.
Why not? Do I have any parole possibility?
No.
Oh, I'd probably take me a step off the roof if we're gonna be honest. But take a stroll into a pond.
Have you ever seen the guys that they go to prison and then they get acquitted like after like 20 years?
Yeah, the Innocence Project. It's on YouTube.
But then they can't survive on the outside, so they actually do something to get put back in.
Well, I haven't seen
They're
that.
so institutionalized
Well,
that they can't.
would you rather them not have a shot then?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
3 hots on a cot don't sound bad some days.
No.
All right, next up,
Yep.
we got steak fingers.
Another trash can.
I mean, when he pulls it out, that's not a bad looking steak finger right there.
Oh, like somebody's foot. You see the toes at the top when he pulls it out? That looks like somebody's foot.
I'm just saying.
It's
That
the
don't look
aesthetics of it,
bad.
though.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I agree. The aesthetics of it make it look horrible.
But I mean, they were making Wendy's chili in a storage box in the floor of a Wendy's. And like that
Yeah.
was just kind of gross. I don't know. I guess you don't. It's not a trash can. Just brings in a whole new, and prison. I don't know why, but prison just brings in a whole new. I probably wouldn't eat a 5-course meal from prison if we're just being honest. It could be made by Gordon Ramsay. I probably wouldn't eat it if it was made in prison.
Yeah, that adds a little bit of,
It's gross.
and like the toilet wine thing, somebody's toilet would have to be designated.
It might as well be a bowl. It's not a.
I just somebody we can't be peeing in the toilet wine bowl
Or dookie.
or nothing goes in there but toilet wine.
But fruit.
Yeah, if you got to use the bathroom, you poop in your pants
Yeah.
instead of going
Knock on your neighbor's gate.
Yeah. Have I ever talked to you about a buddy of mine? He went to this seminar that was put on by one of the guys who got caught at Enron, and so they got sentenced to prison. Mm-hmm. And the one person in the crowd at the end of the talk asked him, like, "Hey, how was prison?" And he was like, "It wasn't that bad." Because they're going to like these. He legitimately said it is a country club.
Yeah.
There's no fences.
Oh, fancy prison is.
There's no fences in fancy prison.
Yeah.
There's you could walk out if you wanted to. Like
Yeah.
You could literally just walk off the premises into wherever. But nobody ever does.
Because why would you mess up that sentence?
Because the thing that they're like, yeah, you can.
If you mess up,
If you want to
you're going
walk
to
off the
big
property,
house.
you can go to regular prison.
You can go to the big house. Yeah.
So none of those guys ever.
I'd bet you'd talk about model tenant. And whatever.
Well, you say that, but Pablo Escobar, when he was like, so he created his own prison. So he got in trouble with the government, obviously. And he decided, he said, all right, I'll go to prison. Like, you guys can count this as a win against the narcos. Like, I'll go to prison, but it's going to be my own compound. I'm building the compound. And
It's
then,
like house arrest.
yeah, and then nobody else can cut. Like, you can't send guards to my compound, and I'll never leave. I'll do however much time you want. And they'd have like U-Haul trucks drive up with like casino nights,
Right.
and
It was a big party.
women and all that. Yeah, it was a big party. But after a while, he started going, I'm kind of sick of this. I'm gonna leave. And so that's when all the stuff went down. Speaking of highway robbery, drugs. Speaking of drugs,
Legal drugs.
legal drugs. Have you seen? Well, you have because we talked about it. But Mark Cuban has a new venture that he's starting called Cost Plus Drugs. And so essentially, what they do is they take whatever your drug is
At cost.
at cost, and then tack on a little fee at the end of it. And then I think there's like I want to say there's like a $3 pharmacy fee or something like that too. And you can actually look at whatever drug you want to, and they'll tell you like the exact cost breakdown. But yeah, he's just tacking on a little fee,
Yeah.
and it is ridiculous.
Well, when you're already rich, doing those long-term profit ventures are a lot easier to do.
Oh yeah, I mean, there ain't no doubt.
Yeah. You can't have a startup for this kind of thing.
No.
It takes too long to make money.
Well, so I looked up. This is just a one that I was curious about because I take it pretty regularly. Is Prilosec. So,
But that's over the counter.
Prilosec is, but the
Prescription
generic
one?
prescription one is not. It is. Oh gosh, I'll have to scroll all the way down. The prescription is Omeprazole. All right. Okay. Omeprazole capsule. So I use it, and for like a 60-day supply, it's $28, which I thought was pretty good. I'm getting a
50 cents a day.
yeah, and at a normal Prilosec, like the brand name Prilosec, you're looking at like $1 a day. So I'm getting it for half.
Better than half, actually.
Yeah, better than half
It's like 35 cents a day.
for the same exact prescription that I'm getting now. $4.20
A month.
a month. That's insane.
So where's that $16? Does that go to the pharmaceutical company?
Oh, that goes to the drug company for sure. And I'm sure the insurance company's getting some sort of kickback from all that stuff too. Because your insurance company only, like, we got a prescription from the doctor for Jason. We take it to the drug store, pharmacy. That's a sketchy way of saying it.
That's an old way of saying it.
We took it to the pharmacy and we said, "Hey, doctor said we need to get this." Oh, okay, no problem. You just go back in like 30 minutes. We get a call 20 minutes later. It says, "Hey, your insurance company's not going to cover this drug." What do you mean they're not going to cover it? Well, they want you to try these other drugs first instead and see if they work. If these drugs don't work, then you can come back and we'll have to fill out a form. We'll have to send it to them. We'll have to get their approval. And then you can get the drug that your doctor originally prescribed. That is not how that should work.
Yeah.
My doctor, who is a doctor, and the pharmacist, who is a pharmacist, that's all they do, versus some corporation that just says, "Oh, no, we're not going to pay for that. That's ridiculous. Why would we pay for that?" So I don't have a lot of faith in the medical community on that side of stuff. I think it's ridiculous. But yeah, they just do like a cost plus drugs, does whatever the manufacturing cost is, plus a little bit of a sliver, like say it's $1. And then a $3 fee for pharmacy or something.
Is
like
Good
that.
RX basically the same thing?
Good RX is more expensive than that.
But it's the same thing.
I mean, it's a private company that's decided that they're going to sell. I mean, it's like CVS or something like that. But it's essentially you're getting it at a wholesale cost.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy.
I bet the pharmaceutical companies probably ain't too happy about that.
No, of course they ain't.
So, Mark Cuban might need to
That's what. So
keep his head on a swivel.
somebody actually said something about that. They so this is an interesting price breakdown here. Here's exactly how we price your drugs. We're different from your normal pharmacy. We think you should know how much your medications cost and why. We cut the middleman and pass the savings on to you. For example, a 30-count supply of 400 milligrams of imitinib, whatever. Your drug cost with us is $47.40. The manufacturing cost of that, to get that drug manufactured, is $38.40. Then we do a 15% markup. So that's $6. Pharmacy labor is $3. And then shipping is $5. So you got to pay $5 in shipping. But they're saying retail at other pharmacies is $9,657 for that drug. So there are some, like, I mean, the omeprazole is like, oh, I'm getting it for dirt cheap, $4 versus $30. But there's drugs out there that are costing thousands of dollars that people are now going to be able to get for $50.
Insulin's one of those.
Insulin is a big one of those. I don't think they have insulin. They might. Let's see, diabetes. This is not working right now.
Cuban's got a clunky app.
Just the website's a little. I don't see insulin on here, but I mean they're just starting too, so I'm sure they're going to figure out some more.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't get access to insulin, because there's only like 2 companies in the world that make insulin. And if they start getting undercut on price.
On Destron, so this is the generic for Zofran, $160 for the tablet version, $6.30 for the cost plus. It's insane to me. I'm going to buy some Ondestron just because. I used to keep it, some of it.
What is that one?
Like getting queasy and all that stuff. So, I got a couple of questions for you.
All right.
If you were murdered, who's the prime suspect, you think? Who's the first person the police are looking at?
Anna.
Think so?
Yeah. I have to be.
It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be the spouse.
Yeah. I don't know who else would kill me. Where am I?
I guess here. I don't know.
Am I home?
Driving down the road? I don't know.
See, because if I'm at home, y'all ain't got to look far at all. It was Anna.
Yeah.
But if I'm...
You mouthed off.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm tired of this.
Yeah. If I told her to chill
Yeah.
on accident or relax,
Yeah.
or if I shushed her.
Calm down.
If I shush her,
Yeah. Shh.
hey, hush. I might as well as dog cussed her.
Yeah. Oh, Meg's the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it would be Anna.
Yeah.
Or
That's.
you.
I mean, it's got to be. Well, I mean, what do I have to murder you about?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody that just like. It'd have to be somebody like. I think if it wasn't my wife, the next person would have to be like somebody on a call, like some crazy person on a call.
Yeah.
That like they didn't like the way I talked to them or something, or didn't like the
Yeah.
and then they were like, I'm
It
gonna
would
show
be
this
whoever
boy.
robbed the food truck and shot me in the teeth
Yeah.
when they grabbed the cash box. Or Anna.
Or Anna.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Who do you think would win in a fight? All of the rats and pigeons in New York City or all of the homeless people?
In New York City?
Yeah.
I have no idea what the numbers of
They're
any
big
of
in
those
both. They're
three
big
are.
in both. They're big in both.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it a fight to the death?
Yeah.
And is it just amid the workday, or is it like...
Oh, it's ongoing. It's
Okay.
like it's a war.
And there'll be no more.
No more of either one of them.
I'd probably take homeless people.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think I would take rats and pigeons.
I don't think you're ever going to get rid of either one of them.
Probably not. I think there's enough rats and pigeons that rats cause the bubonic plague,
Yeah.
and that wiped a lot of us out.
Yeah.
And I think if they had motive this time,
The rats?
yeah,
But it's only homeless people that
Yeah.
they're fighting with.
well, it's for survival.
But they're not going to plague up just homeless people because it spreads.
They're not in a war against normal people. Just the
So
homeless
they've
people.
genetically engineered the new plague to only hit homeless folks?
Well, they knew exactly they knew what they were doing.
So let's just say yes.
Yeah,
Humans don't stand a chance. Or homeless folks don't stand a chance.
homeless people. We're fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Okay,
I have a home. For now.
for now.
Yeah, I have a home.
If you could give a Twitter account to any famous person that's ever existed, who would it be?
C.S. Lewis.
That's a good one. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I think that would I would either him or I feel like I would like to give it to somebody like
Caesar.
I feel like I would want to do like Genghis Khan or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he would be a lot like Trump. Like where he
Yeah.
would just be tweeting stuff off just to like piss people off.
Yeah. Or be like, Beijing, we're coming.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
Ben Franklin would probably be a good one. He'd get like drunk one night.
You know, he had a bunch of affairs with slaves.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Steve Irwin.
Oh, Steve Irwin. That would have been a good.
You know how many clips he'd have?
Yeah. I'd like to.
His daughter just had a baby.
Really? Have you ever heard the comedian talk about the Steve Irwin's death and like the animal community, like talking about it? He's like, how bad do you think it is for the crocodiles that they found out that they weren't the people, the ones that killed?
I've seen a tweet that was like, of all the dangerous animals Steve Irwin's fooled around with, the stinging stingray gets him.
It was like one crocodile was talking to the, hey, you know that crocodile hunter died the other day. Oh, did Steve get him?
Yeah.
No, Steve didn't get him. Frank was looking at him. Frank was going to get him.
You mixed me up when you said Steve as a character name.
Yeah.
Oh, it was one of them snakes, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. Daggum stingray.
Stingray?
Yeah. Out
Ray?
in the ocean.
Oh, Ray?
Out in the ocean.
He can't do nothing.
Got him.
If you harpoon somebody through the heart, and then that person subsequently tries to rip it out of their chest underwater,
that'll do it.
That'll saw your heart in half.
That'll do it.
As God intended.
Would you rather have a flock of geese surround you and attack you every time you farted?
Every time.
Every time you farted.
How they get in my house?
They're getting in.
How?
They're getting in.
Quick?
They're going to dress up as a delivery driver and ring a doorbell.
They don't do that anymore. They leave the package.
These do. If they're trying to get in your house.
I won't let them in. They look like a goose.
Oh, they got a mask on.
You know how little their neck is?
Listen to me. When I'm telling you, this is a fake world anyway. So they're getting in your house.
All right.
So a flock of geese
How
surround you in a flock.
How many is in a flock?
A flock.
How many?
Waka flocka. I don't know.
Give me a number. I gotta know how many.
10.
Okay. Oh, okay. Continue.
Or never.
Nope, you said 10. Oh, I thought you were gonna change it like
or
100.
you never use a phone again.
Well, I can't not use my phone. Bring the geese on.
I guess you'd be tweeting about how these geese are tearing me up.
I don't tweet now, so I doubt I'd start tweeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, geese. What am I gonna not have a phone?
I don't know.
You can't do that.
I don't know.
And if it's only 10 geese, I'm just gonna grab 2 of them by the head and club the other 8 with the 2.
I got
every time I fart.
Yeah, that's a lot. For me, it's a lot.
They show up at church and stuff, and like
Pastor Chris is in the middle of a sermon.
I don't know if 10.
Just like,
I don't know if 10 could get in the food truck.
Well, they'd be coming in one at a time. They'd be after you.
Hope there ain't an inspection. There'd be feathers everywhere.
This is the last thing. I've got some good. This is facts about the human body. So the reason it's so easy to break our collarbones is because it's designed to break. The way that it was explained to me is it's like a circuit breaker. Mm-hmm. It breaks there to stop the shock of impact of getting to your spine.
I like it.
Pretty interesting.
Did you ever break your collarbone?
Not that I know of.
I don't either.
I've broken ribs, and I broke my arm. Those are the only. I think I broke my toes when I was younger, because I was trying to be cool, or I was wanting to get more physically fit because I was a little skinny boy. And so what I did was I had some of those, the old weights that were really just concrete inside of a plastic shell. I got a couple of those, and I tied string around 2 of them, like just regular string that you'd find in the house. And I put one on the front and one on the back of me, and I was going to do squats. And I did one squat, and the weight fell smack on my toes. And I think I broke some toes.
Probably.
Yeah, my toes look jacked up anyway. So.
Do you want to hear a gross foot injury story?
Yeah.
So you know how it happened to my sister. So you know how people nowadays are all fancy and have like the wall-mounted can crusher?
Yeah.
So back when I was little, I don't know how old I was, it basically was a toilet plunger made out of cast iron and flat on the bottom.
Yeah. And so you just crush it.
You would just sit cans up all over the ground and just drop this thing with gravity, and it would crush them. And my sister stuck her foot under it when my dad was doing it, and her big toe exploded like if you stepped on a grape.
Gross.
It was Bad.
Our Can Crusher was, hey, stomp on it.
Stomp on it.
We
Yeah.
weren't fancy enough to have it. We did collect cans, though. So.
I'm sure you did.
When you get conditioned to a physical activity, your circulatory system adapts. More blood, more vessels, more blood cells. But your lungs do not. This is because no matter how much blood your heart is able to deliver to your lungs, the lungs will still have no problem oxygenating it. This is why your oxygen saturation doesn't drop during exercise unless you have a heart defect.
So your lungs don't have to grow with your physical fitness because they can handle whatever physical fitness you got.
Yeah. It's your heart.
Yeah.
Well, your circulatory system, which would be your heart. Did you know that humans have stripes?
No.
Okay. So humans have stripes. We just normally can't see them. They're called, this is BLASCHKO lines.
Blasio?
Blashko. It looks Russian to me.
SCHO is show.
Yeah. And they form paths of embryonic cell migration. The stripes are sort of U-shaped down our front and V-shaped down our back, wavy on the head and face, and we have basic simple stripes on our extremities.
I don't believe that.
That's fine. I'm just telling you what Reddit says anyway. So
I've never heard that.
there's
I've
a lot
never
of this stuff.
seen
I
them.
hadn't heard about half this stuff already.
Well, but this is a little far-fetched.
Your brain regulates how strong your muscles are. Did you know that? If your leg muscles were to contract at full strength, they would snap your femur.
Okay.
It's why people in emergencies on adrenaline can
pick a car up.
pick cars up.
Why wouldn't it crush their femurs then?
Well, I mean, it's not going to crush your femur if you're picking a car up.
But if the leg muscle's going 100%.
Well, it might not be going 100%. It might
To
be
pick
just
a car
going.
up?
It might just be going the necessity. Your body is capable of great strength, but it could also severely damage you. Your brain keeps you a weak, soft bag of jelly.
Yeah.
I think personally, the jelly has caused me to be a soft bag of jelly. All the jelly I eat
Do you eat a lot of jelly?
every morning.
You
pretty
like
much.
apple jelly? No. What?
I like strawberry jelly.
Well, okay. I like ketchup. Okay. Water's wet. Have you not had apple jelly?
Yeah, it's all right. It's
What about
not-
apple butter?
Oh, I like apple butter.
You're a strange man, Josh.
Your stomach is surrounded by more brain cells, than the brain of a cat contains in total. 500 million neurons. It's your intrinsic nervous system. It controls digestion, operates autonomously, has its own memory, and can even handle its own reflexes. It has its own senses even. It's thought to have come about because of the blood-brain barrier and the main brain being locked away in the skull, a spinal column, and the nerves away from the critical action of nutrition. So you got more brain cells in your stomach than a cat has total, which I guess a cat probably doesn't have that many.
Yeah, I don't believe that one either.
That's like saying a slug. I've got more brain cells than a slug most days.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were my
I thought you had a bunch of those. Those were good.
that was like 5.
Yeah. True.
Most of them were anyway.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. That one about the stripes sounded like something from Avatar.
I mean, we might be.
Oh, shit, we ain't. We're from here. And on that note, Josh, that was episode 93.
93.
Thank you guys for listening in once again and letting us into your hearts and minds and your homes and your places of work. And we'll see you next week.
Your butts.
Your butts.